Alright, so I figure while I'm here... By the way, greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to GreedFall, where a lot of things are going on. We're trying to cure Malachor, we're trying to save our cousin, Constantine, we're trying to do side quests. There's a supply shortage on booze, very important to take care of right now, but... Hey, Constantine.
My fair cousin! Come closer and tell me what brings you...
Constantine, how are you feeling? Are you in great pain?
This sickness is horrible, believe me. Now I understand what your mother went through. But you have not come to hear my complaints. Speak. It will give me something else to ponder.
So there's a remedy thing that's going around?
I wanted to inform you of our progress in the attempt to discover a cure. As you advised me, I followed the leads shared by our allies, none of which led anywhere. However, they pointed in the same direction, towards a sort of god that the natives worship. They call him Egon Milfrichteman, the god of many faces. He is very powerful and protects the island.
How can you be sure that it's not some sort of myth? Even a superstition?
I saw it take shape with my own eyes, during a ritual. It is possible that the Malachor is the expression of its vengeance.
You are referring to the secret we unearthed. The entire continent is paying today for the errors of our grandparents. It is a terrifying perspective.
But if it were true, he must also be able to help us heal.
Princess, could you shed some light on this being? Is it possible to meet him?
All the Donegada know him. He is the strength, the spirit of Thwarted. You were looking for a demon or a remedy from plants, so I did not think of him. But yes, he is very powerful and as old as our world. He could surely heal your sickness. But it is not simple to meet him. Impossible, I would think. Though it is not my place to judge, you need to earn the trust of Glendan, the elder of the council. Ask him for his help.
I beg you, cousin. Go and find Glendan. Do all that he requires. Offer him all that he desires. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. My life is in your hands. And those of so many others.
I will do all in my power. I have already promised you, have I not? Where can I find this Glendan?
He lives in the village of Dorchad Genedu. It is in the heart of our island, at the entrance to our most sacred lands.
Thank you for your help, Princess. I will not forget the numerous services you have provided for us. And thank you, fair cousin, for everything.
Alright. So now we've got another step in the main quest. But for now, though, let us examine the supply issues on the alcohol. Because, you know, if people aren't getting drunk enough, like, how is society going to function? It'll just crumble and fall apart at its most basic points of junction. Are you two soldiers drunk enough to stand guard? I don't even think so. That's why they don't believe in themselves, those two guards over there that stand there 24/7. Never sleeping, never moving. It's a tough life, but you know, somebody's got to do it. Why, hello, Customs Officer.
Customs Officer Alric. What can I do for you?
Desade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. I have been told of some issues with customs. I would like some clarification.
I'm listening, Your Excellency.
Okay, tell me about seizure of goods from the innkeeper.
I was told that a shipment from the continent bound for the tavern had been seized as a precautionary measure.
Yes, it's possible. We seize cargo sometimes to verify that all taxes to the town have been paid.
Randomly, without a prior formal order.
I don't know. Perhaps we received a complaint.
Oh my gosh, Customs Officer,
I suppose
you
all
are...
entries are noted in your records.
You don't seem to be aware of what's going on.
We only do our job. It was all routine.
Tell me about the theft of the seizures.
A I was informed that customs was robbed.
Yes, these thieves have quite the nerve. Someone even stole personal belongings this time. Since then, I've put all important things in the chest, but I lost the key. Probably on my way here.
Let me summarize. You have confiscated some goods, perhaps because of a report, but you're not sure. Then that same cargo was stolen from you, along with other things in your custody.
Exactly, Your Excellency.
You are either the worst customs officer I've met, or the biggest liar.
Listen, Your Excellency, I made a mistake. It's true, I should not have ordered this seizure. In fact, it was late, and counting the crates would have taken me hours. I decided to postpone it. In the meantime, the goods were stolen. It's unfortunate, but I'm not useless.
You have to inform the authorities of this robbery. This is all rather suspicious, Officer Ulrich. So I think it is necessary to conduct this inspection with a search.
Please, Your Excellency.
I'm sure the contents of this chest would be very informative. Maybe we should go to the docks to see if we can find the key that this scatterbrain has lost.
All right. Where is the chest, by the way? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Okay, so supposedly he dropped his key over by the docks. Oh, is it literally right there? It's right there. Wow. That was, you know, could be worse. Oh, from Egon. He's the bad guy. Ulrich, we will be waiting for you tonight at the quarry, which is near the northern gates. We hope that you will have explanations concerning the mistakes you made during your last operations. It would be a shame if we had to punish you. You have such lovely children. All right. Customs Officer Ulrich.
Were you satisfied with your inspection, sire?
Look at this.
You work for Egon? Have you come to ensure my loyalty?
Yes.
Well, you can tell him that I didn't say anything, right?
In fact, you just did. So you are a member of this gang?
No, you don't understand. But I am trapped. And it's been like this for months. I am forced to pull off all kinds of tricks in order to settle an old debt.
Egon.
Yes, madam. Either I do what he says, or I lose my children. I've already paid off my debt 100-fold, but he maintains his hold over me. And now I have no choice but to obey when he asks me to divert larger shares of cargo.
Could you help me identify him?
I'd like to, but I've never met him. He gives me his instructions in writing, or sends his men. He wrote the letter you found, or at least I think he did.
I plan to put an end to this individual's activity.
Now that would be
So
for his
anything you can tell me
evil
will be useful.
secretary.
I hope you manage it, Your Excellency. For the sake of my children. Maybe you could come to the meeting he's arranged tonight.
Do you think he will come in person?
I don't know. This is the first time I've received a notice like this.
No, he's
I
going
thought
to
it was
send
punishment
his
for arousing
evil
people's
secretary.
suspicions. He doesn't let anything get past him, you know.
Very well, I will come. If only to avoid you paying the price for your stupidity.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'll meet you at the North Gate in the evening.
No offense to our new friend. I'm not sure this Egon will come in person. I'd be surprised if he'd bother moving just to lecture a small fry in his business.
Well, it seems like it's evening right now. So, let us head to the gate, which is 130 less meters away, and see if Egon actually shows up. This story has kind of like been slowly developing in the background. Egon and his control over the guards. in New Serene. Which I guess is unrelated to the Coin Guard Rebellion.
Ah, there you are. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
We have a meeting next to the quarry. As we are early, we should be the first to arrive.
Perfect. I'll hide until they get here.
He will certainly not come alone. I beg you, don't wait to intervene if things go wrong.
Be confident. I won't abandon you.
You should get in position. He'll be here soon.
All right. Oh my gosh. What are you doing, sir? All right, where is this place to hide? Oh, okay, the quarry is actually being used for something. I can secretly observe from here? No. Behind? Yes. No one will notice me now. Practically invisible.
Friend, I'm so glad to see you. Because you owe us some explanations, don't you?
Sir, let me explain. I wanted to do well. I was just a little rushed and...
Silence, fool. Not only have you been so clumsy with your handling that the quartermaster was informed, but in addition, you dared to plot with this legate, a noble that has already cost us dearly. Do you no longer love your children, Ulrich? You want us to get rid of them? Is that it?
No, Mr. Egon, I beg you.
Oh,
Don't hurt them.
is Captain
I didn't have a
Ludwig
choice.
Egon?
The legate came for an
All right.
inspection, but I didn't tell him anything. I swear.
It's a shame, Ulrich. Egon loved you, but would replace you with someone else soon enough. Someone
Or no,
smarter.
Captain Ludwig isn't
Get rid of him.
Egon.
I don't want to hear from this little roach any longer. As for me, I'm leaving for Hikmet. Try to be discreet. This legate doesn't seem willing to let go.
This poor man trusted us. We should go to his rescue.
If we're going to help him, we will probably lose track of our man.
Oh my god. No. Oh my gosh. Alright, that gets rid of you.
This man had children, and we let him die for nothing.
Let's go to Hikmet. If everything revolves around alcohol smuggling, I'm sure we'll find something out in the tavern.
Alright, I guess he's dead. Off to Hikmet, I guess. We didn't save Ulrich, and we didn't catch up with Egon. Great. Good job, us.
Let us thank the enlightened that a captain who took part in these expeditions is right here on the island.
It is indeed a stroke of luck. I hope he remembers my mother.
Yeah, that would be convenient.
If his memory fails him, he may have kept his diary from that time.
Well, that's another side quest I'm chasing down. Is Petrus wants to help me find my family. But first, let's talk to the innkeeper here, in the Coin Guard barracks, where everybody likes me, because the Coin Guards are not huge jerks. Where is... Ah, I walked through the wrong door. There we go. You! Innkeep!
Hello, can I get you anything?
Answers! Tell me about the shortage of
I
drinks.
thought you have much to drink.
Our supplies are dry, and deliveries are slow. I'm terribly sorry. This is the first time that this has happened to us. But it's the problem of living on an island. We depend on the boats, even if some are better than others.
What do you mean?
Nothing important. In the last few days, I've met several completely drunk savages. They stumble around town, barely able to stand. I swear.
So where does Egon end up sending the booze to?
Strange indeed. Islanders don't exactly appreciate Hikmet. So why would they come here to get drunk? Do you remember where you saw them?
It wasn't too far from the tavern, but I don't spend much time in those neighborhoods.
We need to find and question a drunk native. But you know, since I'm here, and I haven't done it yet, let's hit up the coin arena in Hikmet. I've already done the coin arena in New Serene, completely. I have not done the coin arena in Hikmet or in
to excite the crowd.
Taleme. Never mind, it's... Oh, I guess it's just one...
I need to get going.
For some reason, I assumed it was like a separate arena per city. But I was wrong. It is just one arena, and every arena seems to know your rules, which I suppose it makes some sense because like all 3 arenas are under the jurisdiction of the coin barracks, the coin guard, rather than the city itself. But that means I've just got a little bit less content than I was worried I'd have to do. Drunk native, why did you come to Hikmet to get drunk? Right.
What do you want? Oh, I don't feel well.
I haven't seen many islanders in Hikmet. Especially not totally drunk ones.
Lions are not so bad. So, is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah, where did you get all that boo? Actually, Siora, let's let you talk.
Siora? Nastuka Vabel. You have let the Renagse poison you, and now you have lost your way. Go home to your people. Amant. Your Donegad will know how to take care of you.
Alright, and now tell me about where you got that alcohol.
Where did you get the alcohol from?
Someone gave me it in the strange house at the town entrance. They call it the dispensary. They say it's a place where they take care of you. But the only thing they take care of is thirst. There's a bold irony who says he's called Captain. He's the boss of that house.
A dispensary where alcohol is distributed to the islanders. What for?
This is not the first time lions have used this tactic. By giving this poison to my people, they weaken us. They make us docile and stupid.
So that presents the idea that Egon has a little bit more of like a secondary objective. Like it's not just about making money. Hello!
Coin guards. Obviously from the Egon gang.
On your way. There's nothing for a highness here. As for you, savage, if you're looking for something to drink...
Oh my gosh, you can't sell to my colleagues while I'm
How
here.
dare you?
I see. Thanks for the advice.
Okay. Let's try again.
On your way. There's... As for you...
What?
Okay. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to go around. Can we go around? Bottom, 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 bottom. Do-do-do.
This is the man we saw at the quarry. We must stop him.
Alright, at the very least we have caught up with Captain Ludwig, despite the fact that Ulrich is dead. Well, hello! Oh yeah. We can do this. How did he block while he was stasis? How very rude of him.
Surrender. You are under arrest.
What am I accused of?
Conspiracy.
Ordered the death of the customs officer
Yeah.
Ulrich. You are responsible for his death. You are heading for the gallows. Unless you give us information about your criminal organization.
I won't say a word. I won't give you anyone. I'd rather die.
I can arrange that.
If you really thought so, we would not be talking. You will be taken to New Serene. Manfred will know how to make you talk.
Who's Manfred? Alright, well, while we are here... let's go talk to Captain Lissandro. And that way we can hopefully get Petrus back out of the party again.
Come closer. Come closer.
Captain Lissandro, it is I. Desarde, legate of the Merchant Congregation.
I'm the legate of the Merchant Congregation.
I am Captain Lissandro. Pleased to meet you. I don't believe I've had the pleasure before. Yet your face seems familiar. How odd. Well, what can I do for you?
Tell me about my mother's kidnapping.
Admiral Cabral advised me to speak to you about a matter of some concern to me.
The Admiral? Coming from a legate, I should have expected that. So?
You're the only one on this island that can help me.
Really? Oh, I think I understand. That's why your face looked familiar. The congregation is good at keeping its secrets, isn't it? This story is not a new one.
25 years. 25 years since the Naughts brought a woman who was captured on this island to Serene.
I remember, and yet it wasn't the first time. But on that occasion, a child was born.
So you can understand why we'd like to learn where this captive came from.
Yes, yes. I have seen more than a few Naughts looking for their parents. But what have you got to do with all this?
I met that woman in Serene. I got to know her well.
Listen,
Petrus,
it's
what
not
does
I
that
don't
mean?
want to help you, but
How
my memory
well
is no
did you
longer
get to
what
know
it
her?
was. I wasn't the captain at the time. I wasn't the one who decided where we moored the ship. So I don't see how I can help you find out where this woman came from.
I'm gonna tell you my relationship with the Naughts.
You said it yourself, Captain. You've come across more.
I am.
than
I am
few
technically a
Naughts
Naught.
looking for their parents. Sea-born, sea-given. All of them were torn from their roots, even if they found a new family. And you've clearly had the same experience.
Absolutely. You are indeed the child that was born on our ship. You speak like one of our own. Very well.
Really?
I need to look in my old logbooks. I'm sure I'll find something. Wait for me here. I'll be an hour at the most.
Do I have to literally wait here? Okay, oh, thank goodness.
My old logbook. There's a passage in it that would probably interest you. Your mother came from a village on the plains in the southeast of the island. I'm talking about a place where the bones of the whale are visible from the coast. I believe the natives call it Vignanry.
Thank you for this information, Captain.
It's nothing. I'm getting sentimental in my old age. Good luck to you.
So here you are on the verge of discovering your mother's village, of finding your own people. How do you feel?
How would you feel? Like if you've never... if you've assumed that your life was a certain fashion and then...
I understand.
and then you discover that your real parents are actually from somewhere else. Does that redefine who you are, or does it just redefine where you came from? Politically, I would imagine that does redefine a little bit. Like, in theory, even if you're the same person, you're still going to be the same person regardless of where you came from. But from like a political perspective, like if the legate of the coin congregation is actually half a native, then in theory it could be used for diplomacy, even if it does not necessarily mean that, okay, now I've got to start being one with the islanders. But it's always good to know where you came from. I think I've already been to this village. I've already done quests for this village. Oh yeah, this village. They were the worst. They wanted me to, they had me, they like screwed me over trying to make like a fake peace treaty when they wanted to like screw over a different tribe.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Tell me about my mother.
I recently found out that my mother came from your village.
Your mother was from Vignamri. Now I understand why your face seems so familiar to me.
Indeed. She was captured before my birth and sent to the continent.
She was called Arelwyn. Did you know her?
Of course. Everyone here remembers her kidnapping.
Could you tell me more about that?
I was not the head of the clan back then. It was a very long time ago, but I remember the village Denegad, kidnapped by the people of the sea. All our warriors set off to her rescue, but it was all in vain. Most of them died, including the one she loved. It was a dark day, in which our village lost its knowledge and strength in one blow.
So my father died too. Do you know if any members of my family are still alive?
Yes, Slan, your mother's sister. She then became our Donegad. She was never able to match her sister's talent. Too much knowledge had been lost. Relwyn was a renowned healer across all of Tirfradi. Taking her place was not an easy task.
It's not surprising that she was of interest to the congregation. They probably hoped she could help them find a cure for the Malachor. But all alone, far from the island. She was just a young, frightened woman who had lost all her powers.
Because she's dependent on the spirit of the island to essentially funnel her healing.
She is an elderly woman now, and very much enjoys her own company. She doesn't speak much to me, but others here can probably tell you where to find her.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Nothing. I must go.
Alright, where is Slan?
What do you think of the chief of your village?
He seems quite friendly, compared to the
We've
others.
already met him.
A bit too friendly, if you ask me. A little too concerned with pleasing the settlers.
And do you think that's a bad thing?
He reminds me of myself when I was younger. And that's not a compliment.
Wow, and I know you now,
He
so...
serves his own ambition. And this is often done at the expense of others.
I'm aware of this. We've already done a quest related to this.
There's no one here. Let's go and ask the inhabitants of the village if they know where to find her.
The islanders protect their Donegad. I don't know if they'll speak to some Renaigse.
Don't forget, you are one of them after all.
Why, hello.
Hello.
Renaigse. Do you need help, Renaigse?
Actually, yes. I am looking for the village Donegad.
Oh. And what do you want from her?
Ulan told me that she could help me to find someone.
Ulan must have wanted to play a dirty trick on you. There's no love lost between Ulan and the Donegad. She says that he loves the people from your island too much. But Ulan saved our village. Anyway, if you want to find her, try heading towards the western plains. I am not sure if she is there right now, but she likes going for walks there.
I am extremely grateful.
That seemed pretty vague, but I guess that was good enough. Where is the western plains from here? Way over there. Oh, hold on. I don't think I can actually go... I might have to come back for that. Alright, let's see if the Donegad is over here.
Surrounded by animals.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Alright, so this time she does not seem to be in balance with nature to the point that the animals are like...
How do you feel, madam?
Well, thank you for stepping in.
Are just gonna let her, like, sleep
Don't
next to them.
understand what has happened. Usually these animals accept me. Something must have frightened them.
We are glad we arrived at the right time. We would have been very upset if something had happened to you.
Excuse me, but are you Slan, the Donegad of Vignamri?
Yes, that's me. Were you looking for me?
Yes, we were. If you would allow us, we'd like to accompany you and tell our story along the way.
Very well. I will walk by your side.
This is the story we have pieced together.
I just can't believe it. Yet, if I think about it, your face reminds me of hers.
My mother, or better, the woman who raised me, gave me this necklace.
A Relwyn gave it to me, to give to her child, and I passed it on to Mrs. de Sade.
It looks familiar. Your father had given it to your mother when they bound. It's good that you are wearing it today. My poor beloved Relwyn, who died far away from us all, and divorced Tirce. I still miss her so much.
She wanted me to help her die. But I was unable to do such a thing. Someone would have figured it out. I would have been sent back to Ptolemy, and I would have lost everything. So I watched her suffer. And one day she died.
Petrus, I cannot hold it against you for letting her live.
No, you don't understand. I loved her. I loved her, and I didn't even have the strength to end her suffering. She's the only woman I've ever loved.
I never would have guessed.
Everyone loved Relwyn. She was marvelous.
Figuratively or literally?
Man of the light.
She's her business is her own. Carry on.
Her child. For that alone, she would forgive you if she were among us. All is well now. The child of Tia Fradi has returned home, and with him, the spirit of his mother. You are home, my Duktaram. Welcome.
Petrus,
Thank you.
I wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Despite everything you know about me?
You may have been a bit cowardly in the past, to the point of letting the woman you loved suffer. You were manipulative and you lied to everyone, including yourself. But thanks to what you've told me, I've been able to find my family and my origins. And for that, I thank you.
My child, what you're saying touches me more than you can imagine. At least I've done
Literally or
something
figuratively?
for once in my deceitful life. For you and for her. I hope the Enlightened will remember this when I stand before him.
All right, Father Petrus, are you done? I hope you are done. Let us carry on. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were talking to the to Manfred about about getting answers out of Captain Ludwig. All right, Manfred, it's been a little while. How are you?
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
Have you questioned the captain?
Was the captain we arrested transferred to you?
Yes. And we began to question him. It appears that he was paid by Governor Buren. The governor tasked him with weakening the natives as much as possible in order to muzzle the rebellion. They were trying to poison the natives with alcohol, but they needed a lot to do it. Their entire smuggling operation revolved around
The
that.
governor of the Bridge Alliance did
Yes. He sent us a letter apologizing, saying he didn't know he was dealing with criminals. His letter was accompanied by a letter of marque to compensate the merchants who suffered in this case.
Which doesn't mean that he will abandon these despicable
that,
methods.
but he will consider it a
Is that on
loss.
Egon? We are no longer certain it's even a person.
Even though that name might refer to the organization, someone must be leading it. And that's who we have to stop. Alas, for now, the captain doesn't want to tell us any more. So the interrogation continues. We're waiting for answers on that point. I need your help in another case.
Oh my gosh.
I'm listening.
The Admiral sent us a furiously worded letter. One of their ships was commandeered by our troops. They accused the San Mateus garrison. But I know Herbert is quartermaster. He's an honest man. I'm not saying that the Admiral is lying to us, but I don't understand what could have happened. Whatever the case may be, the Admiral is threatening to refuse all transportation to our...
I mean, that makes
This
sense.
will not only hurt the guard, but
Why
also
is the
all
coin guard
nations that
commandeering
employ us.
boats?
We need someone diplomatic, able to piece this whole story together. Can I count on you?
Yes. I will go see Admiral Cabral and try to understand what happened.
All right, what side quests do we have now? We have the commandeering of the ship. These aren't really important. And then the spy in Teleme. Both of which are in San Mateus for these two. So, I'm going to go to San Mateus. I'm going to stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Nope, that is not the exit. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourselves a good night.